Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your world-famous Virtual Stadium Tours guide and feel the power! It's a new day, yes it is! So today we are taking a look around the Barclays Centre. That's right, the home stadium of both the Brooklyn Nets of the NBA, that's the basketball, the National Basketball Association, and the New York Islanders of the NHL, that's the Ice Hockey League. And as always for you, the first fact I have about this stadium is its overall capacity. And like many arenas in America and across the globe, They have several different things that happen in this actual arena. So, for instance, when basketball takes place in the arena, as I said before, with the Brooklyn Nets, the overall capacity is around 17,700 to be precise. But when the New York Islanders, the ice hockey side, when they play their matches here at the Barclays Centre, the overall capacity is around 15,700, so it goes down. And again, when there's a music concert in the arena, the capacity will go up to around 19,000. So it's a little bit different depending on what's actually happening in the arena at any given time. So now let's move on to talking about some of the construction and building and a little bit of the financing around this stadium. And I can tell you that ground was broken, so construction actually started in March 2010 and was completed in September 2012. So it took around 2.5 years to get the stadium ready to be open, ready for concerts and stuff. And the building of the stadium mainly came about after Bruce Ratner purchased the Brooklyn Nets, the basketball side, for around $300 million. He purchased the actual franchise, the basketball franchise for, and he proposed almost immediately, I believe, after he bought it in 2004, that they needed a brand new arena as their current one was a little bit run down, was a little bit not completely modernized. But it actually, of course, then, as I've already stated, took him until 2010 to put that into practice, and pretty much all of that time was just planning, was finding the correct site, finding the correct contractors to build the actual thing, just getting all the right people and all the right finances together to make the new arena, make the building site, make the thing actually happen. So let's go into a little bit more details about that right now. So as I already stated, when Bruce Ratner took over the Nets in 2004, when he purchased them for $300 million, which is a lot of money, by the way, he immediately wanted to build this brand new stadium, and he initially projected it, if everything went to plan, to be opened in 2006. Well, obviously that didn't happen because it actually opened in 2010, and it actually turns out that many of the local residents around the area where he wanted the stadium to initially be built weren't happy about the stadium being built, obviously, next to your flat or your house, because it's going to be difficult to, for instance, park your car if you got 20,000 people turning up every Saturday. So it actually got pushed back a little bit. It then turns out there was a problem with financing it. He tried to get public financing, which is where a certain state department or a local council will put a new tax in place or raise a tax which is already being used for the initial use of going towards building of a certain stadium. But once again, he had great difficulty actually getting this idea off the ground. So once again, the proposed building of the stadium was put back so that he could again find more money to actually build the thing. And it actually got quite bad for him, to the point whereas in March 2009, several high-profile people in and around the New York, Brooklyn area came out to say that the building of this arena may never happen. But as it happened, in September 2009, a very wealthy and influential Russian businessman, whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce because I'll probably butcher it completely, agreed a $200 million deal to become the principal owner of the Nets, buying it off of Bruce Ratner, of course. And he absolutely loved the idea of building a new arena, and so he picked the whole project up and decided to just carry it forward from, as I said, September 2009 when he bought the Nets. And so they went through pretty much the whole thing again, more trials and tribulations. They tried to get it open, didn't quite work. They eventually did get it opened, as I've already stated, in 2010. Then in 2012, the New York Islanders, the NHL side that I've already told you about, they announced they would be moving into the Barclays Centre. So that's an interesting fact for you, is that when it initially opened in 2010, it was just an NBA arena for the Nets. and the Islanders, the New York Islanders, didn't actually move into the stadium until I think it was 5 years later in 2015. So it took a little while for this arena to actually be used for more than one sport on a regular basis. But we are there now, of course. So now let's move on and just talk about the naming rights of the arena. As I've already stated, it's called the Barclays Centre. And there will be many people now watching this video, listening to me talking, saying, Barclays is an English company, a UK company. How come they've bought the naming rights to this big arena in the States, in America? And the truth is, it was simply from a marketing standpoint. Barclays thought they could get far more out of leasing a brand new amazing centre, which cost nearly $1 billion to build in total, by the way. And the deal for them to buy the naming rights for 20 years, actually, they spent around $400 million on it, which did break the record for the most expensive naming rights for an indoor arena, eclipsing what Philips paid for the naming of the Philips Arena, which is actually in Atlanta, and they paid around $185 million for that in 1999, as I've already stated. So it absolutely smashed that record. So just moving on now to talk about some of the notable events that have taken part in this arena, as well as the basketball and the ice hockey, which I've already told you several times happened in this arena. Several other things have happened here, and like many of these indoor arenas, WWE has moved in several times to take over the place and to host many pay-per-views, or even just Monday Night Raw or SmackDown there. So, for instance, WWE TLC, so Tables, Ladders and Chairs, took place in this arena in 2012, along with WWE's third brand, NXT TakeOver, which is their big pay-per-view special, has taken part in the arena once already, and it's due to take part again at some point this year in 2016, but NXT TakeOver Brooklyn happened last year in 2015. And this arena has also hosted SummerSlam. That was in August 2015. And it's set to host the same event, SummerSlam, again this year, 2016, and again next year in 2017. So the party of the summer, for WWE fans at least, SummerSlam, is set to take place in the Barclays Centre for 3 years in a row. But anyway, now let's move on to a list of the music concerts which have actually taken place in this arena. So the first set of concerts which took part in 2012, obviously the centre opened in 2010, the first load of them were actually by Jay-Z from September 28th till October 6th. Every single night, apart from the second, he had a concert in the arena. Anyway, after that, continuing through October, Barbra Streisand had a couple of concerts in the arena. Moving into November, Justin Bieber, The Who, and Bob Dylan all had concerts in the arena. Moving on into December, the Rolling Stones and a group called the Smashing Pumpkins that I've never heard of, but they have an amazing name. They had concerts in the arena. Moving on towards the end of December, Coldplay and once again Jay-Z all had concerts in the arena. So moving on into 2013 now. In February, Mumford & Sons were back again with concerts in the arena. In March, Swedish House Mafia. In April, we had Alicia Keys, Green Day and Bob Seger. In May, we had Rihanna and The Killers. In June, we had the Postal Service and Bruno Mars. In July, we had... we didn't have anyone in July. In August, we had Justin Bieber and Beyonce. In September, we had Depeche Mode and Fall Out Boy. Moving on, and Michael Bublé, sorry, can't forget him. Moving on into October, we had Selena Gomez and Drake. Moving on into November now, in 2013 still, we had Justin Timberlake, Kanye West, and then finally moving on into December, we had Pink, MGMT, Queens of the Stone Age, Beyonce, Pitbull, and Billy Joel. So moving into 2014, we open up once again with Jay-Z in January. So then moving on into March, we have Black Sabbath. Into May, we have Cher, and into June, we have Avicii. If we move on to July, we've got Katy Perry, having a concert in this arena. Into August, we have John Legend. Moving on to September, we have the Black Keys. Moving on into October, we've got Demi Lovato, and then December, Justin Timberlake and Elton John. So not quite as many concerts in 2014. So moving into 2015 now, in nothing really relevant until April, where we got Stevie Wonder. Moving into May, we got The Who and Ed Sheeran in there. Moving on into June, we've got Barry Manilow and Imagine Dragons having concerts in the arena. Nothing really of note then until July, where we got Nicki Minaj. Moving on into September, Madonna had a one-day concert there, followed by Arena Grande the week after. That's pretty much all of note from 2015. So now into 2016, this year. In January, Muse had a concert there. First time I think they didn't open with Jay-Z. Moving on into March, Rihanna had a couple of concerts in the arena. Moving on into April, we had Duran Duran and Bruce Springsteen even playing concerts in the arena. Moving on into May, we had Justin Bieber. In June, we had Selena Gomez. In July, we had Demi Lovato again. In August, we had Barbra Streisand again, and Blink-182. And then finally in October, we've got Drake having his concert in the arena. So that's pretty much all I've got time for now then. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for watching this Virtual Stadium Tours video. If you enjoyed it and would like to see every new video this channel uploads as soon as it uploads them to the interwebs, why don't you press the subscribe button down below this video right now. Goodbye.